Hi, this is Phil, and I'm here to tell you all about the Capes and Lunatics Patreon. Get early access to all of our interviews, including the monthly Chichester chats with writer and comic book legend DG Chichester, new episodes of classic Capes and Lunatics shows, including The Quantum Zone, This, That, or the Third, and many, many more specials, all completely uncensored. Access starts for $3 a month, full video when you pledge $5 a month. Check out the link in our show notes or go to patreon.com/Capes and Lunatics. Hope to see you there.
This is Jam DeMatteis, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
In brightest day,
in blackest night,
No evil shall escape my sight.
that those who worship evil's might.
beware my power.
Green Lantern's light. Hello and welcome back to Sector 2814, the Green Lantern podcast. I am Phil. Joining me, as always, master of every color of core, living, dead. He doesn't discriminate. It is.
I'm Will. Hey, everyone.
That's right, kids. Because we're in the home stretch now. Part 10 of Blackest Night tonight. 10 of 13. So only 3 more weeks of this. Yeah.
Which is why we switched back to Green Lantern, because we got some great Green Lantern issues this week.
I said I'm trying to mix it up a little bit, but yeah. The number 50. The number of 50 is not 50. Your number. The number 50 is not your number. No.
No, it's not. Not at all. But we'll get to that, I'm sure.
Yeah. That'll be our grand finale.
Yeah.
So,
anything Green Lantern going on?
Well, Green Lantern 8 came out last week.
Oh, looking forward to that when I get it in a couple of weeks.
Yep. How and Razor talking, and how trying to get his ring. They're like, we got to get we got to get off of Earth, and there's all these attacks on all the other color central power batteries. So big's going on. But,
which is weird, because we talked about that a little bit. I thought all Owen Tech was gone. And we know, in fact, last week during Blackest Night, Ganthet goes, hey, this is all based on our stuff, so I'm going to deputize a bunch of people. Boink. So how can power batteries exist? I don't understand that.
I don't know. Well, that's the other thing, because after a trip to Madame Xanadu, 3 of the United Planets lanterns come and have a little talk with Hal and Razor, and it seems they can switch colors, go from green to yellow, green to blue.
Wow.
So
I don't think that's good. So they're bringing it. They're starting, I think, to deal with a lot of the. I don't know if it's fair to call it fallout. Let's call it fallout, but also unexplored repercussions of Green Lantern Volume 5. Right?
Yeah. And I don't know. I think it's something dirty. If in some corner of that United Planet, something's going down, because yes, after the 3 capture Razor, they're like, oh, should we go after that Hal Jordan? And the one's like, no, this planet is full of metas. That's one of the reasons it's quarantined. So
yeah. I mean, I don't necessarily blame the United Planets for quarantining Earth.
No.
It's Infinite Crisis, 0 Hour, Final Crisis, Dark Crisis, Death Metal. The list goes on. Crisis on Infinite Earths.
And then we got my favorite. We got a Kyle Rayner backup story.
That was on his 30th anniversary, I believe, right?
Yeah. He was he was reminiscing about when he first became Green Lantern with Alex.
Oh, very cool. Now, I believe that was written by someone. What is his name, Phil? Do you remember the name of the author of that?
Let me see. It was a friend of the show.
This is Ron Mars. You are listening to the Capes and Lunatics podcast.
Of course.
That's right.
And Dale Eaglesham.
Which is also, that harkens back to when he was the regular penciler
Yeah, I don't think they work together, but yeah, they
No.
both worked on
Mhm.
Cal. Yeah. And then after that whole thing, Joe, you remember like where are all the other lanterns at? Joe shows up the Cal.
Oh, and I think Joe's story, Far Sector, gets a little bit of an epilogue in what is it, DC Power 2024? Does
I
that sound?
I think I didn't. Is it out yet? I didn't pick it up.
I don't think it's that. Yeah, I don't think it's out yet. I'll have to look that one up. I don't remember if I ordered that one or not, so I'll have to check that.
But I guess Cal's been off on his own for a while. But Joe's like, we need to talk. She goes, I think I have an idea what's really going on with the United Planets with the whole Lantern takeover, and you're not going to like it. So, and then Cal's like, all right, I've been here long enough. Wherever we're going, tell me on the way. And they take off for wherever.
Very cool.
And at the end, I sent you the screenshot. It says Cal and Joe are on to the truth behind the United Planets, and next month it's Jessica Cruz's turn.
Okay.
So we're getting the band back together.
We're getting the band back together. That's awesome because we've seen her really have, I thought was a really good story in was that the 2022 annual?
It was one of the I think it might have been. Oh gosh, was that long ago? But yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Where she was basically with a yellow ring, which I thought that was a really well done story, and it really showcased the differences between her and Hal. So the fact that she's either back to green or something, what's going on? There's a lot of characters, although we've been wondering what happened to Guy. Well, he's going after Lobo, that's cool. That was really well done, I thought. Joe has supposedly been checking things out behind the scenes, so she's got Kyle. So Jessica, Simon.
Yeah, Jessica's supposed to be next. Yeah, hopefully we'll see Simon soon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And of course, Hal's John.
John's in World Journal.
John's in World Journal. So we're seeing lots of them. Some of our faves like Kilowog, who is. Hang on, you gotta do this for the camera. Dead.
Exactly.
But Salak, and if I remember, one thing that I did not like was all of the dead lanterns coming back as constructs at the end of Volume 5. So, I mean, there's Aricia, there's lots of lanterns. Stell, I think, died in the dark sectors, right? Is it Stell?
Yeah, I think, yeah.
Yeah, so, I don't know. I have faith that Jeremy Adams can sort that kind of whole mess out, because I feel like it is kind of a mess. And it's stayed that way it's been almost 2 years now, right? Since the ending of that series.
Yeah, because it was a year between that and this volume, right? Yeah.
Yep, exactly. So, like I said, I don't want to. There were some things that I really liked about Volume 5, but then there were a lot of things that I didn't. You and I have talked about this a lot. I just keep the freaking New Gods away from Green Lantern. I don't think that they work well together. And that whole volume was about the New Gods. So,
yeah. Wait, which one was Volume 5?
That was the Thorn Run.
Okay. New 52 was in Volume 5?
Well, I wasn't a big fan of that either, but that was Volume 4, I guess.
That's the one we were on now is Volume 4. I'm so confused.
Wait, is it Volume 6? Wait, see, we had Volume 3 was Kyle's.
Yes.
Volume 4. No, it must have been Volume 6 then.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, because the one run now, I'm pretty sure is
Volume 7.
Blackest Night is Volume 4. So yeah,
okay, yeah. So sorry, yeah, it was Volume 6 then. The Thorn Run, yeah. Just not New Gods. Just they work, I think, really well on their own. But they don't work well with Green Lantern. They might work with other things, but I just don't think they work really well with Green Lantern. It just didn't work for me at all.
I'm not the biggest fan of the New Gods anyway.
Well, and I'm not either, but I know that they do have a pretty passionate fan base, and I get that a lot of people love them. I I would say probably that, and maybe I'm wrong. It's a day that ends in Y, so that happens. I would say they probably didn't necessarily enjoy the crossover with Green Lantern either.
Mm-hmm. All right, so okay, we're way off because according to the app I use for my comics,
Mhm.
all right, so volume 6, according to them, is the Grant Morrison stuff.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, and then volume 7 is the Jeffrey Thorne run. So
Right.
now the current run with Jeremy Adams is volume 8.
Except, okay, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Makes my head. Except I think that was called The Green Lantern, wasn't it? Instead of just Green Lantern. I don't know if that makes a
Yeah,
difference.
I don't know. Well, according to this app, it doesn't. But yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's volume 6, which is the Green Lantern, and then volume 6, season 2. It's like,
Yeah.
God.
And then volume 7. Yeah.
My head hurts.
Mine too. How about we just keep numbering them? Okay, just a single, just
Yeah.
numbers. Let's not relaunch every other year, or every 4 years, or every 52 issues.
Exactly.
Well,
All
and that doesn't even take into account Green Lanterns and Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, which is not considered in that volume stuff, but comes after New 52 and before the Grant Morrison run. So
Yeah. What a mess.
mhm.
All right. Yeah, it's just 8 volumes. All with me.
But hey,
Damn it! What's
we're-
wrong with legacy numbering? Remember when you started collecting, and we might have been on that issue 200 something. You're like, okay, cool. I'll maybe
Yeah.
I'll go back, try to find some back issues. Didn't bug us.
Nope, it did not. I mean, I don't even know what volume of Avengers they're on right now. Seems like they were relaunching it every year for a while.
Yeah. Oh, I can. Here, I still have the CLZ app open, or as Ray calls it, CLZ. Yeah. Yeah. I think it's I'm pretty sure it's past volume 8. Hold on. Right, that's always so weird. All right.
I'm just cranky old guy. Get off my lawn. Sorry.
Will's like, I haven't collected an Avenger since God, when did Bendis take over?
Yeah. I gave him till Secret Invasion, and I was like, it's not for me.
Oh wait. Is this the current run? I think so. Okay, Avengers is on volume 9.
Okay. Wow.
And again, that's just the regular Avengers. That's not not a
Not Secret Avengers or
West
Avengers.
Coast Avengers or
Yeah.
straight up Avengers. Yep. Oh wow.
Oh, yeah.
I was talking a lot of Marvel here, but yeah, I don't know if you saw the upcoming. I don't know when it's out. Sometime in the next few weeks here. X-Force 49, because they brought back a good clone version of the Beast. Who basically doesn't remember anything since like after 1985. So
Okay.
but on the cover, it's classic Beast and Wonder Man. So I'm like, oh, we get interference on Wonder Man.
Nice. I may have to pick that one up.
All right. All right. So should we jump into our books tonight?
We've got 5 of them. We probably should.
Yes. All right. I think all of them have pretty decent synopsis. The Flash one's kind of short, but the rest of them have decent synopsis. So, where do you want to start? Should we do Wonder Woman?
Yeah,
okay.
that's the order you had them in. We can go with that.
All right, Blackest Night, Wonder Woman number 2 from March 2010. I believe that's the title. All right. Writer Greg Rucka, pencilers Nicola Scott and Eduardo Panicia, inkers Jonathan Galapion and Eber Ferreira, colorist Nye Ruffino, letterer Travis Lantham, and editors Eddie Berganza and Adam Schlauman. All right, so this one starts with Wonder Woman battling Mira at a dock in Coast City. Mira succeeds in gaining the upper hand and stabs her in the chest, but she proves invulnerable due to the Black Lantern ring. The possessed Diana impales her on her own trident, but is able to temporarily take back control and flee to an island before killing her friend. See, this miniseries is weird because the rest of them, it kind of like the two will pick up where one left off. This one, it's like there was issue 1, and then it's like this takes place after Blackest Night 5 or 6? Yeah.
Yeah.
At the island, she encounters Wonder Girl, who is killed by the possessed Donna Troy. Donna is herself killed by Wonder Woman. However, while her real consciousness can only watch in horror as the event unfolds. Hippolyta confronts Diana and promises to kill her as she is now only a monster possessed by the ring. Diana overpowers her mother and prepares to strike the killing blow, but is unexpectedly interrupted by
Batman, my favorite character.
Who was supposedly dead. She is unable to believe he is real and is unable to kill him too. With the two sharing a kiss, her act of love allows her to break free, and Aphrodite tells her to take the star sapphire ring as she has a love for all creation, which denotes its color. Diana deems herself unworthy for all she has done while under the ring's possession, but Aphrodite tells her not to worry, as all she had done on the island was her own imagination, and she had created the island itself so her possession couldn't cause any actual harm. As she accepts the ring, Aphrodite states that love must survive, and Diana, in response, states that it must win. All right. Thoughts?
You know all those comics, like the old Superman's not a hoax, not a dream, not an imaginary story.
This was all a dream.
This is all of those. Now, don't get me wrong. I think the art, Nicola Scott's an awesome artist.
Oh, yeah.
But this one felt a little bit like a cheat. Okay.
Yeah.
At least for me, it did. But and it was because I guess it was when Batman showed up. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, it's Batman. Of course, it's Batman.
I don't know. I just feel like this one, you think it suffers from, oh, hey, you have to start the issue here. You have to end it at this point. So it's like, you're like, well, you're really not giving me much room to,
to
travel.
move. Yeah. But I think it's good enough. It's just, oh, by the way, this is all in your head. I didn't want you to hurt anybody, so I just did it all in your head, and there you go. So it like I said, it feels like a little bit of a cheat. And for the most part, when you talk about the Blackest Night crossovers, they haven't really cheated. There've been a lot of maiming and killing and deaths, that granted some of which will be undone during Brightest Day, but still, it so this one felt a little bit like a cheat.
Yeah, I mean, I think out of all of them we've done so far, Wonder Woman may have been, right now it almost feels like the one that's the most, did they really have to do this miniseries?
Yeah, I mean, is it because they wanted to see Max Lord again? Because that's what we got in the first issue, right? In this issue, we got dream versions of Donna Troy and Cassie and Hippolyta, and I guess not a dream version of Aphrodite, but I don't know. This one was probably the one that I was closest to being disappointed with.
This, again, every other miniseries, I think no matter love them or hate them, they have had like basically one flowing story. Like I said, the first issue was her versus Max Lord, and then she takes off. You open issue 2, oh, she's a Black Lantern.
Yeah. What the F? No, sorry. sorry, Ray.
Your Australian accent is showing.
What the F?
So yeah, this one, maybe the third issue can kind of
Yeah.
bring it all together, but right now it's feeling kind of disjointed, and
It's jumping around more than any of the other ones.
yeah, and you would have thought that they knew that she was going to be a Black Lantern, so they could have maybe put that at the end of that first issue, or maybe that would have been a spoiler based on when the issue shipped. I mean, I don't remember when this came out. With respect to what Blackest Night number 6 was, where the rings went after the Resurrected, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. So that's pretty.
So,
Yeah. So you're right. That's probably The closer you get to the end of the miniseries, the harder it is. Where you're going to be like, okay, you can't do this much because you're going to bump into a spoiler here, so you can't do that.
yeah, yep, absolutely. So again, it's not bad. It's just feels a little bit like a cheat because they were basically. It feels like it was just waiting for the violet ring,
Yeah.
the Star Sapphire to come to her. So
Pay close attention, kids. Will's not going to go on record and say this is his least favorite issue this week because it has a strong competitor at the end of this episode.
it's still a good issue.
I know. I said your least favorite.
There you go. That's true.
All right. Should we jump to the Flash?
You bet. You bet.
All right. Like I said, we might have to walk this one through a little bit because there's not a lot of synopsis here. But all right, the Blackest Night, The Flash, number 2, March 2010. Writer Jeff Johns, penciler and inker Scott Collins, colorist Michael Adier, letterer Travis Lanham, and editor Adam Schlauman. The Flash acquires a Blue Lantern ring, and the Rogues battle the undead versions of their predecessors. There's your synopsis.
Yeah, and this one felt kind of disjointed too, because we jumped back and forth between them, and the Rogues going after the Black Lantern Rogues, but then you had Barry being a Blue Lantern, so it this I think maybe this one probably does it better than Wonder Woman.
Yeah,
because we know that not really much can happen in this second issue, right?
Yeah.
Because we know, Bart's dying. He's got a black ring on, but he's not dead yet. So, but I think it does. It's not a dream and it's not a hoax, which it's not an imaginary story, which I think that's a plus. But it moves, and sorry for the pun, but it moves pretty fast, right? And it jumps back and forth. And I think that just makes it feel a little bit disjointed.
Yeah. And again, like we said with the first issue, it's probably better executed because it is Jeff Johns who, is the architect of this whole thing. So,
yeah. And, but this one, it feels like it sags a little bit in the middle because I don't know that things were moved forward, right? From a plot standpoint.
That's why I wonder why the whole rogue subplot is in here. I know. I think Jeff Johns loves playing with the rogues, but again, too, it's like, is that another thing to slow it down? Because yes, there is a third issue, and there is, has to line up with Blackest Night.
Yeah, numbers 7 and 8, which But this is Jeff Johns and Scott Collins, which were on the Flash for a really nice run, and we actually talked about a couple of those runs, right? This was. I don't think this was their best Flash issue, but still good.
Oh yeah, Blue Lantern Flash.
That's right. All will be well. What about you? What do you think, man?
I mean, I liked it, but yeah, I see. Again, it's just like with the Wonder Woman. Yeah, you're kind of just like your whole second act here. It's like it kind of lags a little bit just because you're like you can't solve it. You got to stay in tune with the main miniseries and stuff. But
I think that, and I don't know if this is just me being biased because I like a lot of I like the Flash too, so I don't know that it is, but
Mhm.
I think the JSA second issue did a lot better job of moving a plot forward because there seemed to be a point there, right? I mean, we did get some movement with the rogues, but not much with the main Blackest Night stuff.
Yeah.
Barry's running around as a as a Blue Lantern. So, although we did get some Scarecrow as a Yellow Lantern and Larfleeze Lex Luthor interactions. So there you go.
Yeah. I mean, we'll get to it next, but I mean, I think James Robinson did a good job with like basically
hmm
telling that Superman miniseries and then kind of using the JSA as like the like sequel, like the sequel
Yeah, exactly.
on it. Yeah.
hmm And showing. Well, do you want to go ahead and jump into that one at this point, or do we need to? Okay.
Yeah, let's get all right. Yeah, let's get these done. Then we'll get into our Green Lantern stuff. All right. Blackest Night JSA number 2, once again, March 2010. Troubled Souls, writers James Robinson and Tony Bedard, penciler Eddie Burrows and Marcos Mars, inkers Julio Ferreira, Eber Ferreira, Luciana Del Negro, colorist Rodriguez, letterer John J. Hill, and editors Brian Cunningham, Eddie Braganza, Rex Ogle, and Adam Schlauman.
Nice.
All right. Strap in, kids.
Here we go.
Flashbacks of Damage, Johnny Quick, and Lois Lane of Earth 2, and finishes with their deaths. Black Lantern rings arrive and resurrect the 3. Meanwhile, the battle between the Black Lantern Corps and the Justice Society is causing massive damage and an increasing number of wounded. While Mr. Terrific, Green Lantern, and Our Man talk about how to defeat the dead, Stargirl notices that Wildcat is gone. He appears beside Power Girl, who finds Lois with Ma Hunkel, the original Red Tornado. Instead of attacking them, Lois tells Kara how she's sick of being attached to the ring and asks for her help in bringing her to her dead husband, Clark Kent, also known as Kal-El, and better known as the Superman from Earth 2. The scene then jumps to the battle where Liberty Bell was found by her father, Johnny Quick, who claims that Jesse's love for her father was the reason he came back. He notices that she's wearing her mother's costume, the original Liberty Bell. Jesse says that she has a uniform like his and quickly changes into it by reciting the mathematical formula that her father originally used and calls herself Jessie Quick. The two speedsters then run off while Judo Master and Atom Smasher have a reunion to one of the most recent Black Lantern recruits, Grant Emerson, also known as Damage, and Adam's godbrother. He tells them that the black rings have made him kill many people and that the damage that the ring has done to him is worse than the scars on his face. He then pulls off his mask and tells Atom Smasher and Judo Master that all he wants is to rest in peace and then sets out to prove it. While Our Man and Cyclone battle against their dead predecessors, Damage tells everyone to stop and orders the JSA to get away from the JSA headquarters and calls the other Black Lanterns toward him. He then sacrifices himself, killing himself and all the Black Lanterns around him. As the JSA regroup after Damage's explosion, Mr. Terrific meets up with Green Lantern, Power Girl, and Lois. Kara tells Michael that because of her relation to Superman and Lois of Earth 2, she feels that Lois should be allowed to die beside her husband. Mr. Terrific then realizes that the explosion that Damage caused was too small to kill him, and that they were really trying to create an entrance into the headquarters of the society. Suddenly, Lois's ring severs its connection, and Mr. Terrific orders Alan to put up a shield up by the work table, but it's too late. Superman has returned. I did like that twist because I'm reading this. I'm like, come on, these aren't supposed to be the original people,
Yeah.
They're the rings, and I'm like, Damage, Damage can't be, it's me.
Yeah.
But then when they realized, no, he
It
blew
was-
himself and all the other Black Lanterns up just so they could resurrect Superman. I was like, oh yeah, okay.
That was devious. Yeah, that was nice. I thought that was a nice twist because his explosion wouldn't have killed the Black Lanterns anyway, right? They would have just reformed, which I'm sure they're reforming right now. But it was a really an emotional ploy to get them what they wanted, which was to bring back Earth 2 Superman.
Yeah.
So of the three, yeah, this one is top of the heap for the limited series. And then I would say followed by Flash, then followed by Wonder Woman, just because the Wonder Woman feels kind of like a cheat. So
Yeah. Almost like, again, that Wonder Woman one jumps around too much. Like I said, James Robinson, if I can give him credit for anything, it's basically like it's almost been one story since that Superman #1.
exactly, and
Basically,
this actually I think kind of makes that Superman mini a little bit better because there's we're still realizing the consequences of what happened in that Superman mini. So that actually raises it, in my estimation at this point, just from what we saw, what it was. So yeah, this is by far the best of the minis. Definitely the best of the minis.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, shall we jump to our Green Lantern books?
The best of the week. That's right.
All right. Green Lantern Corps 44 from March 2010 again. Red Badge of Rage Part 2. Writer Peter Tomasi, penciler Patrick Gleason, inkers Rebecca Bauman, Tom Guyon, Keith Champagne, and Patrick Gleason. Colorist Randy Mayer and Gabe Edelab. Letterer Steve Wands and editor Adam Schlauman. And I'm sorry, I'm wrong. There's no synopsis for this one.
Oh, this one was a really good issue. So yeah, I mean, just kind of breaking it down. Kyle's back. Mogo's there.
Remember, Mogo just came into orbit. Yeah.
In a great double page splash from the previous issue. But Salak finds out about what did Mogo call it? The something primacy directive or something? Was that what it was?
Something like that, yeah. And even Salak had no idea what it was.
Yeah. And he's basically going to purge, and that's his word, Oa. So he's able to draw everyone to him and just absorb the Black Lanterns down to his core and just burn them forever at his core, which I thought was pretty cool. However, Guy is still a Red Lantern, and there was I liked the back and forth between Kyle and Vath.
Yeah.
Because Kyle's like, I gotta go save Guy, and Vath's like, whoa, hold your roll there, bub. He is outdoing all of us and taking out Black Lanterns.
He's like, let him do what you were gonna have that original Red Lantern do.
Yeah. And then Kyle's like, no, it could be doing him damage when he tries to go save him, and then Kyle, freaks out. Or sorry, he talks to Guy, and Guy is like, he can't really control too much of it, and then boom, he's going after Kyle at that point. But I thought that was a nice little twist. No, let's just stay away from him and let him do his thing because he's doing it, right?
Oh yeah, because those Black Lanterns kind of like knock over the central battery. And... But yeah, Kyle almost gets through the guy, and then he's like, no, Red. What's he say? Oh, it's a Black Lantern trick. You're dead. Kyle Rayner's dead.
I do like that we got to see Salak. We get to see a little bit of Kilowog there. I know he had been fighting elsewhere on the planet, but we got some kind of check-ins with almost all of the the major characters of the book, all during this massive crossover. Plus Mogo showing up and saying, "Hey."
But yeah, it is the primacy directive. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought this was a really good issue, and then I think we have one or two more issues with Guy as a Red Lantern before that's wrapped up. Or it may not get. See, I don't remember how it gets wrapped up along with Blackest Night.
To
be honest, I had completely forgotten that Hal went Parallax again until I read.
Oh, you ruined that! You ruined that great cliffhanger. But yeah, I love this part when Mogo sucks everyone off of Oa and then it like
Mhm.
pulls in the Black Lanterns and absorbs them into the
Yeah,
ground.
and you see him falling down into his core. Yeah, that was
Because he even says, "I'll pull them through all the stratum." He's like, basically take them. He's like, they'll be torn asunder and diffused, sifted into atoms until all that is left of them will be drawn to the center of my core, where they will forever be superheated and prevented from reforming. In other words, my fellow Lanterns, they will burn for all eternity.
Don't get Mogo mad.
Oh, that was a great.
But that's actually kind of sad because now he's burning up. Crap, what was the little bug's name?
Oh, Buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I would assume, yeah, well, yeah, you can vaporize them. Because I was gonna say, I'm sure they'll stop reforming once that black central battery is taken out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it ends with Kyle saying, "We have to find Guy," and then it's like, "Don't worry, I found you."
Yep.
Next issue, Guy Gardner versus everyone.
Yeah, and he had something that was really, I thought, cool. I don't think now, okay, yeah, Guy's kind of a jerk, right? We get that, but he's actually rocking two rings and using them together. I mean, that's Hal couldn't do that. Hal was struggling with the red and the green when he had it, and he wasn't able to make he was barely able to make the blue but Guy is just like, I'm doing it, and he's taking out lanterns. So he's
Do you think?
he
Do you think it's more that like Hal is more of a creature of just pure will, but Guy is always like a combination of will and rage?
probably. I mean, I think that comes back. We read the Guy Gardner series, so we know that he came from a very abusive household and everything. Hal, I think, I think that when you're talking about Hal and Guy, and I'd like to think about this a little bit more too, but when you're talking about Hal, his is dealing with fear. That's Hal's. That's what he does. But Guy had never had that fear. It was always that anger, right? Now for Kyle, I don't know what. I don't feel like maybe his was more hope, because he was the final hope of the Lanterns.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily something that I think he struggled with, maybe a little bit. But John's the one that's hard for me to kind of peg, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's worn other rings, but most of what John has had to deal with can't be really summed up in one of the rings from the other. It's all of the baggage that comes with the stories.
I'm trying to remember. Is it like it might be towards the end of New 52? Isn't there? I thought there was some story where like the four of them get like each of them gets like a different color ring or something. Like I'm trying to.
I think at the end of this series they do the War of the Green Lanterns.
Oh, unless that's it.
And I think John goes indigo. Hal goes.
That might be it.
Yellow.
Yeah.
Kyle goes blue, I think, and then Guy goes red again. But I'm not sure. It's been a long time since I read those.
Oh yeah, I was just looking at the cover for the next one.
But I thought this was a really good one. I mean, and it brings Mogo in because what are you going to do with Mogo? Well, he actually greatly contributed to, the plot in this issue.
Oh yeah,
and he's had a place in this series since the beginning. So I thought this was a really well done issue with a great cliffhanger because Guy is formidable.
Oh yeah.
And I think that him with a green and a red ring makes him that much, because he can do that shows, just how formidable he is. So I like Guy. It took a lot. Okay,
Oh.
it took a lot for me to like Guy. Did not like the guy of, Guy Gardner,
The 90s, yeah.
the 90s guy, yeah. But yeah, I do like Guy Gardner. And I think there's a How to Lose a Guy Gardner in 30 days or a day or something like that coming out pretty soon.
I think it's out already. I didn't
Oh.
pick it up, but I think like I said, I think it's a bunch of short stories it was like a little romance thing, I think, for like Valentine's Day or whatever. And I think Guy might be one of the stories, but yeah, he is prominent on the cover, yeah. Look at Will just trying to not to do anything but talk about the next issue.
It's not bad. It's just, come on, do we have to do this again? Apparently we do. So.
You need my holographic glow in the dark cover for this. All right, are you ready?
You bet.
All
metallic.
right.
It needs to be metallic too.
Yes.
And prismatic.
Will's like, I don't know. All I got is some scratch and sniff.
That's right.
Green Lantern, Volume 4, number 50, from March 2010. Parallax Rebirth. And who would do such a thing? Writer Jeff Johns, penciler Doug Mank, inkers Christian Alamy, Rebecca Bachman, Tom Guyon, Mark Irwin, and Doug Mank. Colorist Randy Mayer and Gabe Elab, letterer Rob Lee, and editor Eddie Berganza. All right. After the events of Blackest Night 6, where the Guardian Ganthet initiated the program, blah, 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 we see all the rings duplicating themselves. Yeah. But it's saying who all got the rings. We know Barry Allen got the blue ring, Adams the indigo, Ganthet's the other Green Lantern, Scarecrow has the yellow ring, Lex Luthor was giving the ring of the Orange Lantern Corps, while Mara was forcibly bonded with the Red Lantern Corps, while Wonder Woman became Star Sapphire, as we saw at the end of
and that's interesting too, that Mara is actually able to speak, because at this point Atrocitus is really the only one of the Red Lanterns that, is cogent, and able to say things. So I thought that was interesting. And in New 52, we find out more about the Red Lanterns, and Guy becomes a Red Lantern again, so that's something that's coming up.
All right. Black Lantern Copperhead is destroyed by the lights of the Blue Lantern ring and the Yellow Power ring. Ronnie Raymond, the resurrected Firestorm, goes after the Blue Lanterns, while Jason Rush was struggling to free himself from the Firestorm Matrix. Mira is pitted against her dead husband, Aquaman, who shows Mira their son, Aqua Baby. But the power of the Red Lanterns is too powerful for them, and they are burned by the blood spewing from Mira's mouth. While Atrocitus welcomes her to the Red Lantern Corps. Wonder Woman uses her Star Sapphire ring to encase Black Lantern Donna Troy in a crystal, since Donna became a Black Lantern. Hal is acceptable of the Atom and Wonder Woman joining their respective corps, but is not as much with Lex Luthor and Scarecrow. But Sinestro tells him that the rings choose who they have chosen. Scarecrow is clearly enjoying the power of fear, unleashing it upon the dead Martian Manhunter. Larfleeze, like Hal, is unhappy about Lex Luthor having a power ring. He tries to get the ring back from Lex, who merely says, "Smine."
My precious. So, question for you before we go on. When did we see Donna Troy turn to Black Lantern? Or have we not seen that yet?
I don't know if we have seen it. I mean, we know she was infected by that bite or whatever, but
was that in Blackest Night 6?
I know she was getting worse. I don't know if we ever saw the full transformation yet.
Let me see.
Because it's weird, because she was a Black Lantern in Wonder Woman's little dream sequence there, but I was just like, was that supposed to be like actually happen? And they're like, no, you can't do that yet.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Let's see.
If it wasn't Blackest Night 6, I don't know where else it would have happened.
Huh. Diana of Earth. Okay, so
All right, now this is a bridge too far. The Black Lanterns, you can bring back whoever you want, but the Bug-Eyed Bandit, come on.
yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Now you're just now you're just scraping the bottom of the barrel. You're digging up wherever you can find.
Yep. I wonder if maybe it was at the end of number 5. You know, when the rings came out and went for him.
Oh, maybe, yeah. Oh, yeah. The rings would have went for her because she's been dead and resurrected too. So
Yeah.
probably
So,
went for her. Yeah.
so that may be where it is. I don't necessarily see it here, but yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was curious about that.
I'd say that's probably when it was. When the rings
Yeah.
went after all the resurrected. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Suddenly, the Spectre arrives as a Black Lantern. See why I did the Jam Mateus intro? See, sir? Yes, kids, remember he wrote a Spectre series. Suddenly, the Spectre arrives as a Black Lantern to pass judgment on the Hal Jordan. I've been in your filthy mind, kid. The Spectre then pulls Hal into his body and nearly transforms him into a Black Lantern, but Ganthet and Sade free him, but are themselves eaten by Spectre. Hal manages to free the two Guardians as Scarecrow creates constructs in the yellow light and uses them on the Spectre, who merely swats them aside. Hal then sends a stake through the Spectre, but it doesn't do anything to the Spirit of Vengeance, who pulls the stake out and throws it at Hal and Ganthet. While Green Lantern is wondering why it didn't work, Ganthet points out that the real Spectre is trapped inside the body of Crispus Allen. As the other lanterns strike at the Spectre, Hal asks Ganthet if he can summon the Green Lantern power battery of not only his, but John Stewart's, Kyle Rayner's, and Guy Gardner. Which Ganthet replies that he can, and he does. Can you imagine, like, Cal or John or someone's trying to recharge in the middle of a fight and their battery?
What the?
Hal! Hal then tells Sinestro that during the war between the two Lantern Corps, the sentient embodiment of fear, Parallax, was divided and imprisoned in the 4 batteries. It appears that Hal's plan is to release the monster and become Parallax again and fight the Spectre. Sinestro has no problem in freeing Parallax, but feels that he should be the one who will become Parallax's new host. Hal and Sinestro fight each other for the right to become Parallax's host when Hal blasts him with a miniature construct of Coast City. He heads towards Parallax, vowing to never fear again when Carol tells him not to do it. But Hal's mind is made up and Carol kisses him, telling him that she loves him. Wait.
At least until the New 52 when she, starts dating Kyle. So.
Right. Hal then approaches Parallax and absorbs the creature into himself again, while remembering the source of his fear, his father's death, which causes a great explosion, and Hal Jordan reappears, except that he's in the costume that he wore in Green Lantern Emerald Twilight when he first became Parallax's host. Oh, that was quite the ending. It's like, was it Sinestro who's like Jordan, and always you see the figure coming out of the smoke or whatever. It's like, Jordan ain't here.
I do like how John's recalled from Rebirth that the Spectre basically took a hike as soon as Hal was freed. And Hal's first thought is, yeah, he's afraid of this thing. So
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this was a good issue. We get to see, some of the battle with that undead Spectre, undead, redead, whatever dead Spectre it is. Yeah. Where he, basically knocks his jaw off so he can free Said and Ganthet.
Yeah.
The stake through the sternum on the Spectre. It's got some great art, this issue. And
oh yeah, and then when the Spectre's trying to turn him into a Black Lantern, yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this was a good this was a good issue. I had forgotten, like I said, that he became Parallax again because of Blackest Night. So
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I
And I mean, again, it's issue 50 again, but where they just like, oh, we need this a big moment for issue 50, and
hmm and you get a Parallax cover off of this one, right?
oh,
So
sure. So Spectre, where were we?
Ah, crap! It's you again.
So yes, kids. So let's keep score. Guy Gardner is running amok as a Red Lantern, and now Hal Jordan is Parallax once again.
Exactly. So amok, 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 amok. They're all running amok.
Uh,
No, I thought, of course, where my biases lie, but I think I have to give the nod to Green Lantern Corps this week.
oh,
I just feel like that issue moved things forward. It saved it it saved the central power battery. It cleansed Oa. There was some definite plot movement forward for what was going on with Blackest Night. With this, it's more a battle royale with the undead Spectre, and he becomes Parallax again at the end. So we're going to have to deal with the consequences of that. But really, it was just, hey, these other people are lanterns. Oh, here's the Spectre. Let's fight him. So there wasn't a lot of
yeah.
forward movement for the Blackest Night stuff overall. And unless I miss my guess, by Blackest Night number 7, Hal's not the Spectre anymore. I mean, not Parallax anymore. So now, if I remember right, too, Sinestro gets a series during the New 52, and he actually is Parallax is in him because I think he has a white strip of hair or something,
Yeah.
which is interesting because that's one I haven't read yet. So I'm curious because there's so many during New 52.
Oh yeah, there's so
I
much
mean,
going on.
we've got 4 books, then we get a Spectre book, we get a Larfleeze book. I mean, we get a Sinestro book and we get a Larfleeze book. There's just so much Green Lantern stuff going on during New 52.
Yeah, I didn't read all of it, so yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah.
interesting.
What about you, man? What's your take this week?
Well, yeah,
We agreed on the limited series, so
I mean, yeah, I think I got to agree with you. Green Lantern Corps, but of course, I love Kyle Rayner, and I mean, don't get me wrong, Green Lantern 50 was good, and I don't have the trauma you do, but it's like, yeah, you're right. I mean, all they basically did was fight the Spectre, and
hmm
50. I mean, it's basically just the shock value of oh look, we're doing it again, issue 50 again.
Yeah, going Parallax again.
Uh, now I'm just looking. Yeah, we only got 3 more weeks left of the Blackest Night.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Race it to the end.
That is. So we started this January 1st was our first recording of this. So it didn't start until a couple of weeks later. I think we're on about a 2-week delay. Is that right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, first part was first week of January, so yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then we will have gone over probably 80 issues. Is it that many?
Something. I mean,
It's a bunch of issues.
mm-hmm.
Because you've got the Resurrected series, which I still think is brilliant. You've got the limited series. There's 6 of those, so that's 18 issues just there by itself. You've got 8 or 9 issues of Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps, so that's 16 or 18 of those. Plus you've got the Blackest Night mini itself was started with a 0, 0 through 8 of it. Yeah, there's a lot of issues, and we will have done them all.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, next week it's going to be another. We're not going to see much Lantern action next week, unless it's a Black Lantern, because 6 issues next week.
Oh,
Green,
wow.
Green Arrow number 30.
Okay.
We're gonna finish up Blackest Night JSA, Blackest Night Wonder Woman, Blackest Night Flash. We're gonna do the Adam and Hawkman 46
Nice.
and Adventure Comics number 7. So
Okay, 7. Does that have Superboy Prime in it, or is it something else?
I don't know. I was thinking, I'm like, do I dare look? Do I dare look? I'm looking. Oh, I would say it's got to have one of the Superboys, but I'm afraid which one. Let's see who's on the cover. Oh no, it looks no, Blackest Night Connor Kent.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So hopefully there'll be no Superboy Prime.
Nice. So 6 issues, lots of stuff going on.
Yep.
Awesome.
Again, another week with no regular Lantern books. So, although the last few weeks will be kind of more Green Lantern heavy. So
yeah, so that's next week. We've got 6 issues. What is the week? I mean, we've only got like 3 weeks after that left.
Yeah.
Maybe?
So, and then in 2 weeks we'll cover Green Lantern Corps 45, Green Lantern 51, Blackest Night 7, and Green Lantern Corps 46. And then the final week will be Green Lantern 52, Blackest Night 8, Green Lantern Corps 47, Action Comics 890, and Untold Tales of the Blackest Night number 1. So
cool. Sorry, I had my heart jumped a little bit when you said Action Comics, because that's something we don't talk about. But
oh yeah, no, this wasn't. And I just flipped through Adventure Comics number 7. I don't believe I see a Superboy Prime in sight, so we should be good.
Yahoo!
All right.
Do we find out? I mean, he was snuggling up to a Black Lantern.
Yeah. I don't know, unless I don't know.
I guess we'll have to see. We've got.
Well, knowing him, I mean, you never know. He might not even show up like in the rest of this event, but some other
somewhere down the line. Yeah.
Trying to remember. I know he does show up somewhere. He'll show up again eventually.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anything else, William?
I can't think of anything. It was a good week.
Okay, of course. Okay. No, I was going to say, what's up with? I was wondering. I couldn't remember what Action 890 was, but it's Blackest Night Aftermath, because you got Orange Lantern Lex on the cover. So
yeah.
Yep, Action Comics 890. There you go.
He doesn't want to give up the ring. I am shocked. This is my shocked face right here.
Lex Luthor give up power? Didn't he learn the last time he hoarded kept the ring on his finger too long?
That's right. You're talking about that on Electric Mullet, aren't
That's
you?
right. We're gonna be together. Yes, that's right. All right. Anything else, William?
Nope. I think had a good week, sir. Good week.
Oh yeah. All right. So yes, we gave you your homework, kids. Next week, we'll be wrapping up all the the Blackest Night Flash, Wonder Woman, JSA, and we'll get the Green Arrow 30, the Adam and Hawkman 46, and Adventure Comics number 7 with no Superboy Prime in sight.
Yay.
All right. So send us your thoughts. Again, you can win a prize. Get yourself a Green Lantern prize pack. Email us, capesandlunatics@gmail.com, or call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And remember, you can find all things Capes and Lunatics, episodes, social media, merchandise. Get yourself some Capes and Lunatics merch. you could also support us through Little Hellfire's favorite method. Just rain random money on us in the Cash App link.
Make it rain.
And of course, the Patreon, because again, that Little Hellfire is ramping it up. I'm promised in March, we will bring you an episode full of Little Hellfire's conspiracy theories. So you do not want to miss that, because I told you in 2024, it's getting wilder, it's getting crazier, it's getting
More vicious and brutal than ever.
Find everything at tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network. That's tubespace.io/Capes and Lunatics Podcast Network.
Put it here.
All right, Mr. Will Allred, master of the core, master of the quantum zone, master of podcasting, and I believe master of a Kickstarter campaign that's still going on, correct?
It is indeed. We are 95% funded for Crossover Division number 5. It's going on right now. It ends Friday. That will be February 23rd at 10 p.m. Central Time. So, check it out. If you want to get in touch with me, you can do that. I'm at Walred at Gmail and Facebook and Blue Sky and Twitter and probably other places that I've forgotten about. And again, you can check out the Kickstarter. To get to it, you can go to crossoverdivision.com/Kickstarter or crossoverdivision.com/KS. And you can also check out another book I write, which is called Diary of Night at diaryofnight.com. And finally, you obviously have great taste because you're here listening to Phil and I go on about Green Lantern. That means you probably love Marvel's Quasar almost as much as we do. And if you want to find out more about Marvel's Quasar, you can do that at the Quantum Zone, quantumzone.org.
Hey, boys, you look at the party? I love the party. He goes limp in my grip. I hope it's going somewhere nice.
And you know where it's going.
They aren't even attempting to enter our orifices.
Thank you, Tom DeFalco.
Every other day.
And of course, he loves Parallax.
I, of course, love
That's
how
right. I do.
All right, kids, thank you for joining us again. Come back. Only 3 more weeks of Blackest Night. Come on, you know you want to come back. Guys, a Red Lantern. Al Jordan is once again succumbed to Parallax.
Yep. Kyle has died and gotten better.
That's right. Before the X-Men, yes, he died and got better. Yes.
That's right.
Shouldn't those black rings really want him now since he died and came back?
Exactly.
All right, kids, come back next time. And remember, those old habits will come back and bite you and everyone else in the ass. Good night.